And I just started, so I was like, I can't breathe. Can you please roll this window down? And he's like, man, the reality of the situation is just hitting you. I said, no, please. Can you roll the window down? I can't breathe. And he said, what if you don't have no drugs? I said, what? He said, what if you don't have any drugs? I said, he said, could you breathe? And I said, yes. He said, I'm a man of my word. You have no drugs. Do you believe in God? I said, yes. He said, get your life together. I'm taking you to jail on your warrant.
All right, we have
We're good.
Quan
Sorry, sir. Hey, Quan.
Gray.
Oh.
What up? What up?
I'm not gonna do the thing where I say, you know, a very special guest. We go way back. Just because I brought on so many guys from that correctional facility I worked at, I always open up and say, oh, I have so many guys that are special and near and dear to my heart. And you are, but you know,
A two-time champion, though.
Yep.
Two-time at the
Two-time
correctional facility?
champion.
Me too,
Yep.
bud.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah,
And
yes.
within the same year.
Within the same
No.
year?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
I did, but it's in the same year, yeah.
Yeah, now
A
that's
couple months later, I was walking right back in, like, oh, you still got my cop for me?
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Welcome
the
back.
third
A-Hall.
time. I couldn't believe it. They came in there and said, we're going to send you to CBCF. I said, again?
Wait a minute, what? I just got that. I just left there.
Oh, and then you said F that. Send me to.
House of Hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the judge looked at me crazy. He said,
Yeah,
took his glasses off and was like, you rather go to a 6-month program?
Then a
4
4.5
months,
or
yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
I said, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Damn.
And he said, well, go to House of Hope. But I was just really thinking about, like, CBCF is lockdown facility, prison, basically. And House of Hope, I knew I could probably see my girl again.
Yeah.
I could come home
Family
again
visits.
somehow, some way. CBCF, last time I
Jail.
was in there,
Just
yeah,
jail, yeah.
COVID, it was jail. Completely.
Yeah, when COVID, it was really prison.
It was flat out
It was
prison.
slow for a brother.
We didn't even go to the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Food on
That's
the unit
how
and shit.
sparse.
And then dudes would try to like do like hunger strikes, and I would just stand there in the middle of the hall and be like, "You guys, you're gonna. I know you're gonna eat.
You're going to eat
So
eventually.
just stop
Yeah.
right now and let's get this over with." Like
Hunger strikes for what?
it's
To
not
go to
gonna
the
work.
cafeteria?
They were just
Just have
bitching
something
about
to do.
whatever,
Reckon.
something to
Have
complain
something
about.
to do, yeah.
Well, I have never heard your entire story. I've heard bits and pieces. So take us back to young Quan and growing up as a child and where you grew up and your family.
I grew up on the east side, Oak Street. It's crazy to me because it's a nice neighborhood now. It's like I'm saying like all types of people, different races walking their dogs, and outside kids. But when I grew up, it was prostitutes on the corners, drug dealers on the corners selling crack. Right there on the corner. I'm going to school. They're selling crack 8 o'clock in the morning, and
On the corner.
on the corners.
And how old are you and went like around what year was this?
This is like 87.
Okay.
So I'm like in third grade.
Long time ago.
Yeah. And you know, my dad, he started out selling crack and did the unthinkable and started doing his product.
Yeah, it's not really that
Yeah.
unthinkable though.
Well,
let's say.
for me back then, before I started using drugs myself, I thought it was unthinkable.
Right.
You
You
know.
just sell them.
Yeah, like I thought that, which is actually plays a big part in how I started using drugs, because I couldn't, for the life of me, understand how somebody can go from Cadillacs and suits and houses to stealing TVs out the house, you know, out of his own mom's house.
So
And,
so tell us about what you saw as a kid in the 80s, because you're mentioning Cadillac suits. To me, that's like shit out of movies, right?
And
Like
this
old
is
school.
height of the crack epidemic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
80, yeah,
Yeah.
mid-80s.
Yeah.
But that was, yeah.
So like, what does it look like? I mean, I'm sure it looks different than it does today.
Oh, for sure. I mean, cars riding up. It kind of reminded me of like a Boys in the Hood. Then that's out in L.A. and Compton and all that. But this is right here in Columbus, Ohio, Franklin Park. And Franklin Park used to be cars driving through it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like it is today. So they'd be on the corners, and they have it right in their hands. And a car ride up. It wasn't even like nowadays give them the money. Back then they put your hand, let you try it, let them people put it in their mouth like, oh yeah, it's good. And and it affected everybody, moms, fathers, aunties, uncles. Everybody was doing it. I seen crack. It was normal. Like, I didn't see a lot of heroin. That was more on Mount Vernon.
My hood right over there.
Mount Vernon, I didn't
Mount
like
Vernon
going
20th,
over there.
baby.
Yeah,
Every time I hear that shit, bro, Mount Vernon, Miami,
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Plaza.
That's the plow. Yeah, now that's real. That's real to me.
Yeah,
but not saying crack and all that, but the boosters, the guns.
So how old were you when you realized those, like, you're like, okay, these are things that are happening? Because as a kid, you don't, it takes you a second to digest and understand what you're seeing. So, like, how old are you when you realize it, and then when do you get into it?
Well, only thing that told me that it was wrong was my grandmother. She wouldn't let me off the porch. For real. Like, if I didn't have to go to school, then I wouldn't have seen it for real. Like, I mean, she wouldn't let me off the porch. She tried her hardest to keep me out of that. Even sent me to Catholic schools for a second. But I knew it was I didn't really think that was the life for me, because I watched so many people die in it. My father I'm not gonna say I wanted to be like him, but I was so young, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So watching all of that go around, I really wasn't turned on by it. I was more turned on by the things that I'm like my grandmother. Like, I like guns. She would come to the door. In that type of neighborhood, you need guns.
Mm-hmm. So
here's a 60-year-old lady at this time, and she command the whole respect of the neighborhood. So I really wasn't turned on to it until my mom got sober. And so she went into rehab. And
how old were you?
I was 10.
Okay.
And so my mom's getting sober, and now she's dragging me to all her meetings and stuff like that. I'm a little kid running around that area, but I'm still going to grandma's house when she need to babysit and be with my friends who's thugging and in the neighborhood. But again, I'm not allowed off the porch. So I'm not getting that experience that I really feel like would have made me probably in that game for life. But having that other avenue. So my mom, she's taking me to her
like recovery meetings and stuff.
Recovery meetings and things like that. And this is when I really realized my life was kind of fucked up. Because, I'm openly sharing in these kid AA or Alateen, I think they call it, meetings. And they say, you know what, we want you to give your lead. That's why when you asked me if I ever gave a lead before, I'm like, yeah, when I was 10. That's the last time. And so I'm giving this hour-long lead. But before that, I asked my dad, I'm like, Dad, you going to come to this, I'm giving a lead at this hospital.
What do they want you to tell?
Yeah, what do you talk about as a 10-year-old kid? What do you know?
From the groups I remember, they used to just ask me about my life. Something similar to this. Like, what do I see? What's going on? How are you feeling today? I was telling them things like, oh, I really miss my parents. I don't ever see them. My dad's on drugs. Because I know, because everybody's talking. Everybody's talking like Bobby's on drugs. He's taking things from the house. He's not around. My mom, she's in different spots. My grandmother has to go get her out the spot. And I don't really understand what's going on yet.
So at like 10 years old, you're realizing like the shit's not normal.
Yeah, it's a weird life. Are mom and dad getting high together? Like, is mom buying drugs off dad, or is dad crackhead at this point? Like, what's the?
They're both getting high together, and they're fighting. He put his hands on her a lot, and it's times I would try to break it up, and she end up we end up getting me and my sister. My mom ended up leaving us in the house for like a week.
Damn, by yourselves.
By herself. And so, I knew how to make macaroni and cheese. And
You do the cinnamon and sugar toast.
that,
Man.
hot sauce on bread.
Oh yeah.
And but I didn't know how to do her hair. So we had picture day and I tried to do her hair. Man, I'll have to show you that picture one day. She looked
So
like-
your parents left you alone so what, you had to go to school and shit and you had to just figure it out?
And you got a younger sister.
Yeah, she's
How
2
old are
years-
you?
I'm like 9. She's
Damn.
7. And that's when my mom's mom, my other grandma, she had enough. When I called her and I asked her how to make chicken or something like that, something that I would have to really try to make.
Like cook.
Yeah.
Right.
Take
And
some
she said
preparation.
enough's enough, and she called Children's Services. My other grandma, the hood grandma, said no. When I told her what she's doing, she said, "I'm gonna call a cab. Get in the cab." They pull up at the same time.
Oh,
Children's Services
CPS
and cab.
and
the
police. So I turned the lights out because even then I'm like, man,
It's the police.
the police.
Yeah,
Don't
fuck
fuck
that.
with the police.
Yeah.
It's 5-0. So we in there trying to hide. I'm like, man, we're gonna go out the back and try to run to the cab. And we tried that and the police grab us. It was a good plan at 9, I thought. And they took us to Children's Services because back then they
That
tell
is
you
so immensely fucked up.
Yeah.
By the way, like, can we not just sweep that under the rug? Like,
Well, I mean, which part? Like,
well, the whole thing
being
it's
left
like,
alone.
You
is,
get that's
at 9
bad.
is mind-boggling, right?
And then like you're trained to like fuck the police, so now you're trying to run from them, but they're really trying to help
I
you
know.
as a child.
But they teach you, they tell you, I don't know if you ever heard it, they tell you like when you go to Children's Services, they're gonna split you up.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't want to split up from my sister. And I thought that that's what they was gonna do,
That's why you ran,
which they didn't.
right?
No,
but as a young kid, I mean, I get it, yeah.
I know. So that really got my mom's in hot water. You know what I mean? So,
And where is your mom at this point? She just disappeared
out,
off the face
just
of the earth?
copping, running the streets to the point where it started out maybe a day, come back 2 days,
Mhm.
then don't even see her. And she, they give us custody to my grandmother.
The
in
hood grandma? Or, okay.
Put us in the hood, and the next day my sister get hit by a car.
Jesus.
And so she in a full body cast, and my mom don't even show up. And so my dad come around, he's taking her up and down the steps and things like that. And then my mom gets caught and gets child endangerment, and felony child endangerment. And that's what put her in recovery, put her in AA. She had an option, either prison
Or get better.
Which I wish my dad would have got that opportunity, because my mom's life changed dramatically. And so I'm giving this lead. Well, right before I give this lead, I'm telling my dad, like, I'm giving this lead. And if anybody know, like, OSU East, used to do meetings there.
Which is like a hospital,
Right.
inpatient rehab type thing, yeah.
Right. And so my dad said, yeah, I'll come. I'm like, you promise? And he made it there in a body bag, though. I'm giving that lead, and my mom, she's sitting on the floor just like that, watching, And I remember telling the lead, like, it all started with my mom and dad. They used to fight a lot and do a lot of drugs together. And then she leaves. And then I finish the lead, she don't come back. And the lady who's the counselor comes up to me, and she's like, after the lead, everybody's shaking my hand and stuff, just like a real lead. And she's like, your dad was in an accident. And at 10 years old, now, accident to me is a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not thinking the worst.
Right.
No.
And my dad don't drive. So I'm like, oh, you talking about my mom's boyfriend. It's all right. Whatever happened
Fuck
to him.
him.
But then my mom come around the corner and she crying. And so I'm like, Larry, that's my mom's boyfriend, has been in an accident. She's like, no, it's your dad. He got shot. And he's at the hospital right there, and they won't let me in. I'm trying to get in there.
At the same hospital you're doing your lead at.
Holy
What are the
fuck.
odds, man?
That was a crazy night, man.
Okay, so you're doing this like positive thing. You find out this news. Your dad comes to the hospital. What happens next?
I try to get in there, but all I get to see real quick is like a look. I just see a lot of blood on his mustache. And they grab me up. They won't let me in. And he was dead. So
Was he dead on arrival, or did they work on him permanent?
You know, it's a crazy story about that. Well, I didn't find out the whole story until I went to court. My grandmother took me to court, and they said that a girl from across the street, he was like 3 days not doing no drugs, and a girl from across the street. That's why I understand why they say people, places, and change things. Got to change. Girl across the street, like, Bobby, I still get this stuff today. Bobby, can you give me some crack? You know what I mean? And I heard about this trick because I heard my mom telling one time, like, Bobby, you better stop doing that. Like I told you, back in the day, they'd put the crack in your hands. You see it on movies. They'd let you try it, all that stuff. Ain't none of that today. I've never done that.
Yeah, no, fuck, no, fuck
Not
no.
one time.
Hell
Not one
no.
That never
time.
happened to me
Fuck
as an
no.
addict.
Money first.
Yeah. Give that motherfucker a chance to
Right.
run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my dad would do this trick, and I only know about this because it's crazy that it got him killed. Because my mom would say they would do it, and I remember listening to him, like, he'd taste it and bite off like a little piece or something, and still have it up here, you know, and be like, nah, I don't want it.
Oh, so he'd like cheek a piece of the crack
Like, nah, I'm good, bro. It doesn't taste good to me.
and then walk off with a rock.
That's pretty brilliant.
But what happened?
He did it to the wrong 18-year-old kid. My dad's 28. And he said, dude, you bit some of my shit off. And he's like, nah. And, you know, it's crazy because the dude, well, I'm hearing this story from him, telling me, like, you know, your dad wasn't no punk. Because that dude was like, man, go get my gun to somebody. And dude went in the house, got the gun out. At this point in time, I don't understand why my dad don't leave or nothing. He's still there. They come out, another dude comes out with a gun in a bag, in a Lay's potato chip bag. And I know this because they're reading it all for the script, and I've heard it in the streets. And he pulled a gun out. Now I think my dad knows it's real. And he pulled a gun out and put his hands up like that. And the bullet went through his hand and hit his throat.
Oh.
And the people he's with drive off. And
They left him?
Your dad's people.
Yeah, the
Damn,
girl
bud.
and the guy was driving. Now he running door to door, trying to get help. First door, turn him away. Dude's bleeding out on the porch, turn him away. Next door, turn him away. Next door, then he fall into the streets. He's bleeding out. And this lady runs out the house with kitchen towels trying to stop the bleeding. And I'm reading that part in the paper. Her name was Burroughs. Never forget it. Which crazy story, man. I don't know, I'm like 22, 23. I'm working at the Waffle House. And this lady's at the Waffle House. She's just looking at me because I'm a spitting mirror image of my father. Look just like him. She's looking at me. And she's staring at me really crazy. And I don't know what it was, God or intuition. I said, Burroughs? Because I just felt like, because so many people be seeing me and they be like, you look just like Bobby. But the way this little lady was looking at me, and she was like, how do you know me? I was just like, I don't know. And she was like, I tried to help your dad. And I was like, I know. And she's like, you know, that was over $40. But it's crazy. You know, when, you know, me and my mom, I beef with her forever over that. Because I'm like, you're sober. You're helping all these women get sober. Why you can't help my dad? We're just now. I'm over it.
Damn.
You're understanding.
Yeah.
I'm just now get it.
But what happened to the guys that shot your dad, they get
He got
caught?
11 years.
11 years. That's it.
Drug related.
How?
88, man.
Yeah, different times.
That was happening every day.
Wow.
That was happening every day. I mean, my brother got more for selling meth.
Yeah.
He got 14 years.
That's insane.
But the person killed our father get 11 years. I remember looking him up online. He catching OMVIs and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. He's not here no more. But
He's gone.
it
So-
was rough.
Sorry, that's heavy. That was heavy. Where do you go from there as a kid? I mean, I have to imagine this is like a major turning point in your life, and this is when things start to change for you.
Yeah, my mom got sober and she tries to come back. You know, I'm not hearing none of that. I'm not hearing none of that. You know, it's so bad that she has to let me go. She has to. She can't do it. I'm not going. So
What are you doing?
I'm like, I'm not, none of her boyfriends, that's not a problem. My grandmother, my dad's mother, she got my back on anything. Remember I told you she got guns, she pulling up, so you can't whoop me. You can't,
Right.
none of them boyfriends can't tell me
Yep.
nothing.
Right.
I'm doing what I want, when I want, but I'm still smart, I'm still going to school, I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do. I just don't want to listen to my mom. So I move in with my mom, my grandma, and just have my way. 16, now I'm 16, and my uncle comes from California. Now I'm working, I'm doing the things that I thought that because I'm my own person, but he starts to tell me about my dad for real, like before all of that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, when I would come from Cali, your dad would have 3 caddies outside his, and he'd be like, bro, which one you want to drive? Now the interest is sparked. I'm smoking weed. I'm buying blunts and stuff like that, $10 bags.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, your dad has so much weed, and nobody bought weed off anybody on the east side but your dad. Now I'm feeling like I'm not living up to his.
You're obligated to like fill his shoes.
Right. But I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what to do.
So tell us how you learned.
Menace to Society. I went and bought every hood movie.
Every hood movie.
You
That's
know,
funny.
every hood movie. I stacked them up the DVD days, and I'll sit there and watch them ridiculously. You know, just sit back all day. My mom or grandma would be like, yo, stop watching that stuff. But I'm all the way into it, like a little intern,
Like you're really trying to learn.
Taking notes and
flat out trying to know how to do it, all the way down to how you put the crack in the bag, the scale, everything. You know, I even started mimicking how they talk to people. But I knew I didn't want to be the type to beat up fiends and all of that stuff. Like, I was like, that's got to be bad for business.
And how do you find like a first connect? Like you're what, a kid still. How do you go like searching for that first plug? You know,
Being who I am, they find me.
I mean, grandma, I'm sure knew some people. Obviously, people that knew your dad know you.
Exactly. And now I'm ready to take on that. And they probably knew at one point in time I would. They always try to, it's in your blood, you know. And they drop it on me, just like that. And now I don't even know what to do. So, but I learned through trial and error. And
So tell us about trial and error.
Yeah.
Tell us about one of your first deals that went fucking wrong or something.
and then how old
Oh,
are you?
man.
You're 16, 17 at this point in life. Like how? Yeah, okay, so you're
16, 17.
high school kid, doesn't know shit about the world yet, right? And then
But
like
he's got to sell crack.
I'm gonna be a drug dealer.
Well, selling weed was slow money for real.
Yeah.
You know, it was slow money. So I came up with the idea, I'm going to come up. I'm going to get a bunch of coke. So how am I going to do it? Because I'm not coming up off this weed. And my first baby mom, she ended up getting with this dude who sold a bunch of weed, pounds. He was from Cali. And I was salty about it. And that played a little factor. I was like, okay, I'll show her. So I get one of her boyfriend's dudes, you know, like I'm gonna sell him 20 pounds. I don't got 20 pounds. So I go down to Chillicothe or something like that, and I got 20 pounds of phone books all tied up.
You bundled up phone books?
20 pounds of them.
Why phone books?
I felt like that'd weigh it.
It's just like that's
You
the.
know?
So you wrapped them up like kilo or like pound like weed to make it look as much like weed
Like
as you
brick
could.
pack Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
With their phone. Okay.
20 pounds. And, you know, he give me the money, man. It's like 10K, 1,000 a pound. I mean, no, it's like 10K. I gave it to him like for like 500 a pound or something like that, man. Whatever it was, I got like $10,000 from it. He started calling my phone about like
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later. I throw the phone out the window.
That'll
over.
solve the problem.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. I got all the money. Fuck
He
it.
can't reach me now. You got to find me.
Yeah.
He don't even know me, for real. So I'll go back. I'll get 4 in the baby. 4 zips of coke, 4.5. So now I'm thinking I'm up, but I don't know how to cook crack. So, and Google's not out yet. You know what I mean?
Can't just Google how to
So
cook
so I
crack.
can't Google it.
Right, yeah, right.
Siri.
Yeah,
How you cook crack?
Yeah.
What's crazy?
Alexa.
Look it up now, and she's going to take you through it step
Oh,
by
it's
step.
step by step.
Step by step. It's crazy,
Like,
man.
no, you're mixing it wrong, Quan.
The
Try
thing,
counterclockwise.
you know, you could probably do this, but I had to go a different route. I had to pay somebody, you know what I mean, to teach me how to do it. And even if they show you, that's just the base level. You can't do it as good. And I guess it's kind of karma from that move, because what he cooked up was probably half Coke, half soda. So it wasn't what I had.
So explain to the viewers like what that means, and like when you say half Coke, half soda.
Well, like,
What does that mean?
because if you have Coke, and you can get the Coke wet or anything, and Coke will still be okay. But if it gets some baking soda in it, don't do it, because you'll be a crackhead. Coke, baking soda, and a microwave, it's gonna rock up. And it's crazy. Selling regular Coke is gonna make you way more money, for real, because you get a different type of clientele. But at this particular time, crack is being sold.
It's just hot.
Yeah.
It's being sold everywhere. I would almost say it's socially acceptable for selling it, because everybody
In your neighborhood, it was
Exactly.
socially acceptable.
Exactly. So I could go. You can get a little bit, and you can come up by giving it to the people that want to sell it too. So now we all can sell it.
Yeah, you get some kids, whatever. Move this, move that.
And you're essentially making money for doing nothing, just giving somebody, hey, go sell this for me, and they bring you back money.
That's
It's a
the
win-win.
bad part, because you think it's always going to last. You're like, oh man, I remember the moment where I said, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I just got a 9-to-5
Yeah,
job
you just
for the rest
found
of
the
my life.
fucking motherland.
And what's crazy is that I didn't know what it brings. You know, it brings a lot of envy. It brings a lot of bad people around you. And me not really knowing, like, I learned the part of how to cook it, how to get it. And I was good at math, so I know how to sell and turn 1 to 2. But I didn't understand, I guess you want to say, the logistics of it. Like, you know, there's been people that are doing this who, if they don't sell this rock, their kid might not eat. I was never in that position.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I got family. I've got the know-how to get a job. I've had jobs. And I've got a lot of family. So I've never been to the point where I'm like, man, if I don't sell this rock, my daughter's not going to eat.
Or the lights are getting turned off.
Exactly. So imagine when I come head-to-head with somebody like that. I can't win that battle. you know, because I'm not really willing to take it where they're willing to take it. So I found myself in situations where robbery, you know, I'm good. I'm a good hustler, far as like I can sell the dope, but I don't have a team around me. I'm a loner. I don't have it where I'm really plugged in to where where I know like all their plotting. I wasn't when dudes are really just being close to me just to get what I got. I don't have nobody schooling me.
Okay.
No OG or nothing like that. So
I have to say, and Aaron, I want your input too. You seem like you would have been a great drug dealer for me. You're very like laid back. I don't know what you were like back then, but I would have liked to buy drugs from him. Like
I'd have bought a.
I don't know if your shit was trash or not, but
no, it was good.
you seem like, you know.
That's crazy you say that because that's what I counted on. I remember my girl said one time after she got with me, and now she's seeing what I do. She's like, I get it now. It's the experience.
Yeah. It's like, it's not the drug. It's just the overall atmosphere of
She's like the
buying
experience.
drugs
I
off
can't
you.
believe she said that. But it was that. I had to market that way because I didn't have no, I didn't want to take the chances, man. I think that's why
Right.
I didn't want to take the chances
Yeah.
that comes with,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah,
I
there's
kept
level.
getting
There's
deeper.
levels to that shit.
There really is. I was more like, I want to go out and target Grove City, Groveport, Whitehall, until Whitehall turned into Whitehall, and stuff like that. Like, in the
Yeah, a
hood,
little nicer. There's some
Yeah.
money, not as much risk.
And cracking isn't as like.
I was over here selling drugs to fucking the
influence.
whitest kids you've ever seen
Oh,
in their
yeah.
life with their parents' lunch money. Never a fucking fear of anything.
and I thought that was the wave, until I figured it wasn't, because when you go out to them places, and I'm black, I'm still black. No matter how I try to act cool, nice, talk,
Yeah.
I'm still
Still
black.
at the end of the day.
I'm still hood. So when I'm in court, I'm going to get the same charge in the same amount of time as the dude with the tats on his face and all of that stuff. Is no difference. And I'm like, damn, this ain't working out. You know what I mean? Because I'm all out in Lancaster. And
When do you find legal trouble for the first time? When's the first time,
Phew.
like real legal trouble? Not like something petty, like where you're like, fuck.
opiates. Opiates tricked me. Because in the hood, opiates wasn't in the hood. Pills-
Opiates trick me too, dog. I don't know if you got.
They got all
I don't
of
know
us.
if opiates are
They
trick
sold me
you.
the fucking dream, dog.
Yeah, dude.
So y'all knew the after effects of it?
I mean, yes and no.
You
right?
kind of did.
I kind of did, but
I didn't. I picked them up at 18, and I was like oblivious to like what it could really do.
See, so you share that.
Like,
you share that.
yeah, I was kind of oblivious because I mean, you got. I grew up in this neighborhood we're in, so like I didn't see the same shit you saw. And when the pills landed in my hand, and I was smoking weed, and there was no consequences, I was just like, oh, like I'll just do these pills too.
That sounded like the coolest thing in the world.
It
because
was.
wasn't
Right?
nobody.
There's somebody in this room right now who behind the camera that I was like trying to explain to him how fucking awesome it was. Like I was literally
Bro, you
sitting
gotta
there
try these,
like,
man.
bro, this is it, dog. I believed it.
I thought I had arrived
Yeah.
when I took that first 30. I started getting promoted at work.
It's a terrible fucking coincidence.
yeah, ironic.
I mean, that fucked it up bad
Yeah, because you're thinking that it's a good thing.
I just like co-signing your bullshit,
Yeah.
right?
to the fullest.
Yeah.
And the fact that I always felt like I was a responsible user because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this guy's coming, he's buying 10 of them and doing them all right in front of me. I'm doing one, but I'm selling 100 a day. So I didn't realize I was a problem in Lithopolis, a little small town where I'm the only black person.
I was about to say I've
I
never
just
heard of
drove.
that town.
I just
so-
drove through it last
Oh.
night. So like out by Canal. Yeah,
Lithopolis Village.
yeah, it's a pretty tiny
Yeah.
little area.
Man, oh man. I don't know what I was doing. I had people pulling up out there like it was
And you're the only black guy.
Only black dude, man. And I got this
and
whole
again, small town.
white community all doing perk
Pills.
which to me, I'm thinking this is cool.
They
It's
were
not,
30s?
Yeah. It's not crack. It's not heroin. Well, at that time,
Well, but
I'm
it's
thinking,
far,
like,
it's a prescription drug.
Yeah.
right.
Like you go to the doctor and they prescribe it to you.
Exactly. So I'm thinking it's cool. I'm like, shoot, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I should have known when the first cop pulled me over, and I stashed him.
And when you say you stashed them,
Yeah, they weren't.
they were not.
They were not on your person.
They were. They were.
They were not on your person.
They weren't on your person.
Been there, bud.
They were in your person.
Close. Not in.
I got you.
Just holding
I
them.
got you.
Oh, okay.
You're just holding on for dear life. I got you. I got
The
you.
dogs didn't pick up on them. You know what I mean? What's crazy is, man.
Walk us through this traffic stop.
Oh my God. Coming home every night in that town was scary. And leaving.
Did you take a certain way every time?
No, it was only one way.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
only it's
okay.
only like a one road fucking town.
It's
Like
only one way. And what's crazy is once you get out of it, life is great. No problems. Drive through the city of Columbus. Because
blend right in.
in Columbus, I'm not a threat.
Right. Right.
Like what I do, they got motherfuckers killing people, doing this,
Yeah.
all of this. I'm just driving through with a button up on, and
You're just a next guy, whatever.
so
But
wasn't
in this
no
town,
problem.
you're a fucking menace.
Yeah. And coming back now, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 a.m., only car on the road, driving, no license, and I get pulled over. They know who I am.
Right.
And so they get me, and I stash them. I got like 230s on me.
God. Lee.
That's all. You're going away for a minute.
Yeah, it's a.
Dogs don't pick up on it.
So they pull you out the car. You're holding on for dear life, obviously. They run the dogs through.
Now, of course, the dog hits.
Well, yeah, I feel like the
Yeah.
dog always hits.
I know, it's crazy, because I'm like, but he's hitting in the car, and they're not even in the car.
That shit's not even in the car. It's on you.
And so I go home. But, like I said,
So they let you
karma-
go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Karma always grab you, because the next day, my girl do them too. And I don't know why. I mean, if I can't trust the girl, why the hell am I even with her? But I sold a bunch. So I got about like maybe 40 or 50 on me, just to walk to the store to get my daughter some cereal.
So you just brought 40 or 50 with you to go get some cereal?
Just in case.
Just so she don't take them.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Been there.
I think I'm cool. I just got pulled over last night. Ran a 50. Everything's cool. Cop circles on me while I'm walking across the street.
This is the next day.
Yes. Quan, been looking for you all day. You got a warrant for a seatbelt ticket out of
Oh, buddy.
out of where the fuck is that spot? Richland County.
Hmm.
I had got a seatbelt ticket back in 2013 in Richland County. And so I got the bottle of pills in my pocket.
Oh man.
So that's the first time I was ever sick, pill sick.
Mhm.
I didn't know that you could be dope sick. So I go to jail in Fairfield County. It's crazy because I'm like, where we going? Because workhouse is that way.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you in Fairfield County now, boy.
That's what Lancaster.
So I get out there and I'm like, man, this is sweet. Little buttons to talk to the cops and
You had been to jail previously.
Yeah.
So you had been into the Franklin County jail.
Right.
And the Fairfield County jail is just nice.
sweet.
A lot smaller.
Lot smaller.
You been
depths,
to?
No, I've
You've heard.
seen.
Oh, you've seen.
I've seen it before.
Commissary lists like this. And the best part about it is when my people came and post bail, they post bail and I was gone.
You're gone. You don't have to wait 9 hours or whatever the fuck they do down here.
Man, 12 hours at times, if that.
Or 24,
I've
yeah.
gotten- yeah.
But it spiraled. It just kept spiraling. I'll end up, getting treatment in lieu of conviction. Fuck that up.
So you got caught with the pills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got caught with the pills.
Probation?
Probation. Treatment in lieu of conviction.
Okay.
First felony. Then I fucked that up. And they sent me, now it's time to start doing jail time. They sent me out to SEPTA, which is just like CBCF, another lockdown
So
prison type of thing.
Minimum.
So it's like a
security
cognitive behavior. Like you go to classes while you're locked up, basically.
Exactly. You even got to go home on the weekends.
Damn.
That was sweet. Get out of there, perfectly fine. Fuck it up again. Go to CBCF. I mean, correctional facility. Get out of there. Everything's good. Do it again. Everything's good. Now I think it's sweet. So now fentanyl. When I was in CBCF last time, I'm watching the TV I had an epiphany. Like I'm looking at it and they're talking about this new drug. It's coming out and hitting the streets. And I'm like, damn.
So you're in jail watching this on the television.
Yeah. I noticed when I went back the next time, you weren't allowed to watch Channel 6 no more there. y'all changed it up. Like, you couldn't watch Channel 6. But this time, Channel 6 was showing fentanyl, and I'm like, damn, I got to get a hold of that. Not to use. I've never done it. But I was like, that's going to make killer. And so I come home.
So you made a plan. You're in jail. You see this fentanyl shit, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm gonna sell this. This is about to be fire."
And I had to find the best, so I had to go into the hood. But I'm from the hood, and something about the girls. Girls always know where it's at,
Oh yeah.
and so I'm giving them money to take me to it. Then I finally get to it, and my whole life changed for real now. Like, I'm doing whatever I want because that drug alone, the stuff I was getting was so powerful that I could take 1 gram and put 100 grams on it.
Damn.
It's a hell of a markup game.
And it was still,
The best in town.
Powerful.
I had homicide visit me a couple times. Thank God it wasn't for me, you know.
But shit. What you're saying is that shit kills people.
Exactly.
What did you cut it with?
7-star Mannitol. Mannitol is the fan favorite.
Is that like a workout drug? What is that?
To be honest with you,
I'm still trying
I
to figure
don't
this
even
out.
know what it is.
Okay.
You just learned.
I just know, and I go for, like I said, I call myself the people's hustler. The people told me that's what they want because it burns this way, it does that, it's clear. All I know is that that's what they wanted. What I was using wasn't what they wanted. Like, I wanted to use the cheap stuff like Benefiber or what else was out there?
Was it baby laxative? Is that what they put in it too?
Baby laxative.
Yeah.
I didn't use that. Man, I didn't use everything. I done used I done made up stuff. I done did everything. And then
So you say you're a drug dealer of the people. What does that
the
mean?
people's hustler.
Yeah, what does that mean?
For me, it's more like
That's a great question.
You could get, like, you know how you go to a barbershop and you can get, like, they say, like, people talk, you know, the jokes, you know, people want to go to the barbershop.
Just for the atmosphere, for
Atmosphere.
conversation's sake.
So I need an environment. Like, I need an environment to where I can have, where you can come in and if it's females, you know, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to try to tell you how you can get your life together. And I really thought I was helping them.
Would you do fronts?
Definitely.
Oh,
Damn,
man.
he was the guy. I knew he was the
Fuck yeah,
guy,
I knew
bro.
I liked you, bro.
I knew he was the guy.
Definitely.
Damn.
Damn.
Definitely.
I never fucking had a guy that was good with fronts.
So you're like Dr. Phil, drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
I would say close.
And then what do you tell him? Like, you don't need this shit, man?
Yeah,
like,
what are you, like, say I come in, right? I get a bag. All right, what are you going to tell me on my way out the door? As I go, I just scored fentanyl off you that you cut with some kind of bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, I'm about to go shoot this shit up in my car.
And you gonna be
What are you
pissed.
telling me on my way out the door?
Well, because you my guy, that's what I'm gonna say. Because you my guy, I'm gonna let you get this for 30. Chew, this is a whole gram. I know, bro, but you're gonna get more bang for your buck. And because I didn't understand that the goal is to die. but I don't want you to die. I want
Isn't
you
that
to just
crazy?
Get high.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
When somebody fucking dies from a batch of fucking whatever, heroin, fentanyl, that's where we look to.
That's always my first question. If somebody ODs, like, where'd they get their
Where'd they
shit
get
from?
that?
Yeah, where'd they get their
I
dope
know.
from? Yeah.
That's what's crazy. But
'Cause
I
I'll just do
really
less.
changed. I changed for real because having that stuff was what blew me up and made me a household name. But that also brought SWAT.
Tension. Yeah.
SWAT. I get the condo. I got the whip. I'm thinking everything is great. I just moved in. And my girl at the time, my buddy's mom, she like, man, I'm being followed. I'm like, girl, if you don't bring that rental car back here, hurry up. Stop playing with me. Then I go out, hit some swerves, make some sales, come back. I'm like, damn, it's sure a lot of gardeners out here today.
Oh.
She come out the house, they like, freeze. All these fucking gardeners is cops.
Damn.
What were they like? How did it look? What was the optic when you pulled up?
I mean, I thought about it because usually it'd be the Migos. These was white dudes.
Oh yeah, gardening.
Right. Doing lawn care. Hindsight's 2020,
yeah,
man.
gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You see white people gardening, that's red flag number one. It's like, wait a minute here.
I was too busy on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. I wasn't even paying attention to life around me. And when I got that indictment with trafficking, because they caught me with every drug,
What'd they catch you with?
crack, fentanyl, methamphetamines,
Golly.
Adderall.
Jesus, bud. We're at the charcuterie board.
Man, they even found some shit in my baby mom's purse that I didn't know she had. And I'm like, that ain't mine.
I'm not claiming that, sir.
And then the cops start playing me. They like, oh, for real, you gonna do her like that? I'm like, I didn't say it was hers.
Like, I think
Did
you
you
got
take
enough.
the charge?
Yeah,
You took
Oh,
the charge
man,
for
good
her?
for you, bud.
I mean, you were already fucked, so.
I was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might as well.
especially when they're about to find another gun. At this point, I know that she's telling because they haven't even found it yet. How
And
they're
then-
telling me they're about to find another one?
So you know she said something.
Then how fucked do you know you are at that moment in time?
I don't even know.
It hasn't even begun
I've
to
never
sink in.
I've never been in that situation. I just know that it can't be good. But I had a plan. People would try to give me pounds of that shit. And I'm like, life? 10 years? Nah. Why would I have that much when if I just keep this, I can still make the same amount of money, except for I got to make 1,000 trips.
Yeah.
But still,
I see what you're saying. That
if I get caught with this,
Then you're going down the river for good.
it
for a
almost
long
seems
haul.
like to be sitting here talking to y'all today, it almost seemed like, man, I had a good plan. I just didn't spend my money right. Because exactly what I thought in my head truly happened. Truly God was with me. But I figured I already got a history of doing drugs. If I get caught with drugs.
Personal use.
But this time, the prosecutor was like, there's no doubt Quan uses drugs, maybe for a pick-me-up.
like on the side?
Yeah,
That is words?
that's what his words was in court.
Interesting.
He said, but he's way more part of the problem. Now I'm scared. Now I'm terrified. So he sends me, I'll go back to the workhouse. And then
Was it aggravated trafficking?
aggravated.
So
Because of the guns, right?
So 3 aggravated trafficking and a gun charge?
One,
Golly.
it was a 12 gauge in the trunk, and they found 2 guns in the house. And so I got weapons under disability because I'm a felony from them pills.
That's a year minimum per,
I
right?
definitely got the year gun spec, which I'm in jail. Then they're like, where's the money? Where's all the money? That's got me worried too because I'm like, I don't got no money. I'm like thinking like, is this gonna go good or go bad? But I'm figuring out now, man. The money plus the drugs would have connected me even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But I'm probably the only person. Well, I'm not the only person to say this, but the pandemic saved me for real. Cause I went to jail. I'm in jail stuck.
So you go to the workhouse. You go to Franklin County Jail on these charges, and you're fighting this case from the county.
From the county, man, with a public defender. And she's
buddy.
I'm like, can I get a bond reduction? Because, in the workhouse, everybody's telling you, like, go for a bond reduction.
Yeah.
And then so I get this public defender, this old lady, and she's like, I'm like, yeah, can I get a bond reduction? She was like, bond reduction? She's like, you're a big drug dealer. Just pay the $75,000.
Mm.
And then so I'm just like, I'm fucked. So I'm in the workhouse. You know how I told you about how I learned how to sell drugs? Now I need to learn how to live in prison because I figure that's where I'm going. So I'm going around asking niggas that's been to prison, like, so can I survive for about $70 a month? And, they make a store list for me and everything. And I really think somebody just thought I was really soft because this dude was like nigga, he said something like, man, you gonna be straight, man. But then, so, the next day, I go take a shower. I come out the shower. Dude, like, man, I need that box.
Your
You
commissary.
need on my commissary. I just came out the shower, so I look in the box, because really, if he was smart, he just took the box.
Take a shit while
open
you're
it
in the
first place.
shower, right?
So I look in there, he ain't took that, and I just grab a couple Jolly Ranchers. Eat my Jolly Ranchers, I look at him, and he go get on the phone. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, man, he didn't just tell me he need my box in front of everybody in here. Like, even though he ain't took my stuff, but I was like, but he just did some dumb shit and just got on the phone like that. So I just take off my slides, my little workout slides. And I grab my little phone list because, you don't know nobody's number by heart, so you got everybody's number
gotta have
written
them on
down.
paper, yeah.
So I got my phone list. And I'm like walking over to the phone like I'm about to make the phone. And I grab the phone up. And I just take off beating the fuck out of him.
I knew it.
Beat the fuck out of him. I'm like, how you not see me walk up to him barefoot?
You grabbed the other phone and just use that.
I hit him once with that. And then I just took off on him, you know what I mean? And then he's shaking like that. And it kind of threw me off. Knocked him out. Grabbed his box, pour all the stuff in mine. and then
Point proven.
And then the cops come because he started tapping the door. And then I try to play it off.
He's just sitting there like, what happened?
You know what I mean?
What happened? I'm trying to get on the phone.
And then they talking to him outside.
Did he tell on you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why?
Bitch, move, bud.
Just go to another tank.
And
Just
like
move
you can't tell on somebody for like
Come back and fight for your
started
stuff.
Or that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to sit there. They come in like, get up.
That
I'm like,
sucks.
oh, man. So I go to the hole for a week. And I come out. And I'm watching TV. And they talking about this virus that's sweeping the world.
Okay. So COVID hadn't happened or you didn't know about it
Right.
prior to going to the hole.
Right.
But you go to the hole
Right.
for that week. And in that time span, you come out and all of a sudden,
And then-
bam.
Shit's different.
Yeah.
But you were gone. You were locked in a fucking concrete
exactly.
box.
Hearing nothing.
Okay.
And they talking about they're going to be letting people out that don't have violent charges. I was like, yes.
Oh.
1 year later,
Oh man.
I'm still there.
In the county, fighting a charge. That is a long time
That's
to sit in a county
the
jail.
worst sentence. Like that's
No visits.
for a whole year.
No visits. No, just sitting in there. But my boy Donald Trump. My boy Donald Trump.
Tell us about him.
He said that I qualify for $10,000
Oh yeah.
for, I guess, for the work I did. I don't know when. I don't know. I didn't have no access to no computers.
The stimulus shit? Is that what you're talking about?
No, PUA. Unemployment, I guess. I'm unemployed.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the
okay.
unemployment, I remember that.
So
And you're in jail.
I got 10 bands now.
Wait, so you managed to work through this system to get unemployment and you got money out of it while you were incarcerated?
In jail.
Thanks,
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
You're a hero.
Everybody else is buying.
Trump, please save TikTok. Thank you.
Everybody going to Commissary Strong.
Everybody buying commissary. They put money on his books, your book.
Damn.
Everybody's fucking rich.
Everybody's
eating
rich,
good.
man. They doing a LeBron with
Party mix.
With party mix. It's crazy, man. I got one plan only.
Get the fuck out.
Give me a lawyer.
Yeah.
He said they're doing the LeBron with party mix.
Yes, for real, bro. It was serious, man. And so I get the lawyer. I get Court Gatterdown, man. I love you, Court Gatterdown, man.
Who is it? What is
Court Gatterdown.
this? Your attorney?
Yes.
Okay.
PUA money comes in, goes out to Court Gatterdown. I'm home.
Damn. What happened?
I sat for a year.
Yeah.
Thanks to COVID. That took care of the gun spec.
Bam. Perfect.
Okay.
That was the mandatory time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just done it.
Did that.
Boom.
The F2s and F1, the F2s got dropped down to F3s,
Okay.
which make them probationable offenses.
Ooh.
Because F2s is mandatory 2 to 8. That's why I was looking for a store list on how to go to.
Yeah, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
But now everything's changed. I'm going home. So
how long did you sit in the county on those charges in total, or like consecutively?
consecutively about 14 months.
God.
Holy
man.
fuck.
That's a lifetime.
14 months. That's
And
crazy.
then, so you finally go to court.
I'll go to court.
I'm assuming you plea out to like, okay,
Weapons under
probation.
disability and trafficking. Well, for every trafficking was a possession too, which made no sense.
That's,
to me.
double fucking, yeah.
So I pleaded to like a trafficking, a possession, and a weapons under disability. And I got,
time served on the weapons.
and then I got bond. They let me out on OR till sentencing. What a lawyer.
Probably because of the pandemic.
I don't know. It's 21 now.
Yeah.
And they let me out. So what do I do? Because you're in jail, you're in a crime school. So I spent 14 months in there. I done met all type of
Plugs.
plugs.
Yeah.
I come straight home.
That's so interesting, and I want to say, like, because we just interviewed a judge, and I asked her, I was like, where do you stand on incarceration as a tool to help people? And I say that from a place of me needing it. Like, you had to throw me in cuffs and take me off the street. I couldn't stop, and I wasn't going to treatment. And then to hear you say, like, obviously different situations, but you sat for 14 months and it was a fucking crime school.
For sure.
So there's a fine line there.
To the point where I'm going up in tax brackets the more time I do in jail. It's like, because this time, I mean, I had I can't say that. I ain't gonna lie, I had every intention of maybe, I don't know how to do the right thing really yet, but I wasn't doing no drugs. I'm one of those modest. I was talking to my girl about this the other day. I'm one of those modest guys. I go to jail. I want to do everything right.
Oh, yeah. Started going to church while you're in there.
Church.
Yeah, all the meetings.
Getting baptized.
All the
Baptized. The
meetings.
Deps call your name twice for a tray.
Thank you.
And I already got my tray. I'm like, I already got mine. And one of the dudes was like,
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yep.
jail's not the place to come and be modest.
Be the good person.
But I just figured it was going to play out for me one day. And I feel like it did. But so I'm doing all this right stuff. Even my dudes is asking me in there, like, Q, you ain't going to hustle when you go home? Nah, man, I'm going to do right. Man, my baby mom picked me up. You know, we talking. She's like, I'm about to take a shower. So I'm sitting there for a minute. And then I'm like, I don't know. I want to throw something away or something. And I look, I see a little straw, a little corner of a bag. It's Fetty in it. So I go in the shower. She's hung over
Oh,
in
yeah.
the shower, water hitting her. Like, I'm like, that's why you wasn't coming to visit or call me, you know that. So my way of handling things has always been to sell drugs. Sound weird. Just to sell drugs and build up my self-esteem or whatever, I guess, to where I don't feel pain. You know what I mean? Because I got money or I got this, so I don't got to worry about issues that I have. I don't know if anybody else is like that. It's just what I do. Like, basically, my mom says, like, I'll show you, I'll hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
But so I just grabbed my little notebook from the jail, make a call,
Sorry.
and I'm back that day. Right back. I get a call. I'm on bond. I get a call about my stepson. The police say he was stealing energy drinks in Walmart. I got 3 food stamp cards in the drawer and about 4 Kroger gift cards from the Life. So I'm like, pissed. I'm like, y'all ain't call his mom or his grandma? And it's like, we tried. Nobody's answering. So I go to pick him up. And I see him in there. I'm like, boy, come on. And I should have paid some attention to this because in that Walmart in Canal Winchester now, I don't live in Lithopolis no more. I'm in Canal Winchester. There's 3 Lithopolis police officers in there. They pick up shifts in Canal sometimes for extra money. And there's a sheriff. And they're like, we just want to check and see who you are. Now, I know they know who I am. They're not saying they know who I am. And I don't think this was it could have been. When he tells him my dad, it's Quan Gray. It's not like, Quan Gray. So they just want to make sure you are who you say you are. So I just got out on bond. Shouldn't be no problem with running a 50.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That worn seatbelt ticket from Richland County
Still
from 2013.
the seatbelt ticket. Jesus, brother.
I got 10 grams of WAP in my pocket.
Oh.
Half ounce of ice.
Bro, leave the shit at home, dog.
Yeah, no shit. In the car.
Or in the car.
Something.
And some crack. Now I'm on handcuffs. Sit next to him.
God.
He ain't in handcuffs.
Next to your son.
And I'm on bond for all these traffickings that I barely skated out of. I ain't even been sentenced yet. First, like Lithopolis cop says, I'm about to move my car around. The second one said I'm moving my car too. So now it's me and one cop. So my plan is to try to get out the door with the handles that go down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm cuffed like this.
So you gotta do it backwards.
Exactly what I did. Jumped up,
Tried it. All right.
ran backwards, got the door down, get out here. My son like, Dad, what are you doing? But I got a plan. I just want to get these drugs out of my pocket. And then, oh man, I got so I get out, boom. The other cops is coming. Well, the cop tackles me. I fall down anyway. And on my way falling down, I flick it out. And I say, man, it's my son. And like that, he instantly take me to jail
Let's go.
and get me up. Why'd you run? No, I was scared, whatever. In the car, ready to go to jail. The cop comes and says, hey, wait. The greeter says she seen the dad kick the son something.
Oh, you bitch.
Oh, come on.
A fucking store greeter.
It didn't take long for they got it up out of me.
What an emotional ride. Like, I'm fucked. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm fucked again. Like, what a soap opera in a 20-minute span or whatever it was. Like,
In a Walmart.
Jesus, at Walmart and Canal
And a
Winchester.
greeter's
Yeah,
involved.
the fucking 90-year-old lady.
Yeah.
that can't do anything
That
else.
fucking bitch.
God, bud.
That fucked shit up.
Whew.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah, but that put a damper on your day.
Yeah. That
So-
got me. That got me.
I'm sure it's hard to keep up at this point.
Yeah, that got me CBCF. And that's my second time at CBCF. So that got me that.
So you get another treatment in lieu of conviction.
Well, guess basically.
I
Which
mean,
is-
well,
But Court
No.
Gatterdam is still on the case.
Okay, so you got the real lawyer.
He's still on that
Still
case.
working on the
so
original
what?
case.
Just another possession charge?
It all came together.
Okay,
They put that shit together. man.
consecutive.
Woo. I was just sitting thinking about it like, man, they could have. But without Court Gatterdam, he's retired now. He got that shit put together. And I lived. That's when I got sentenced, and boom, 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 I got all that. So I got 1 year probation out of that.
Oh, my.
And that was in 2019. I'm scheduled to get off probation this October, 2025. That's how long I've been on 1 year probation, man.
Yep.
Can't get off of it.
Which is mind blowing what an attorney can do for you. Because, like, really, and like, I'm happy for you, but really, you should be sitting in the joint right now, right?
For sure.
I did way less
Yeah.
and
Way
got
less.
prison time for a trespassing charge, but I didn't have a real lawyer. You know, I had the fucking public defender. So it's just amazing. Like, yeah, get a lawyer.
Well, there's so much to dig into there. People hate defense attorneys because they think they put criminals back on the street,
Yeah.
which technically is true, but now you're fucking sober and you're not a criminal anymore. You have a life. So really, they help people.
Yeah.
Like, and then there's the whole, like, oh, well, the black guy's going to get stroked and the fucking white guy's going to get off. And in this case, you had the fucking attorney and he got fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
Those,
all those, like,
Sure,
stereotypes and all
Oh,
that
yeah,
shit that people fucking come up with.
that definitely money. Definitely money, lawyer. And
You present yourself
man.
very well.
Yeah.
I think that might definitely, I mean, I think that definitely everything that happened helped me to get to the point where I'm at now, for sure.
So tell us a little bit about what you want to say, like the past year, maybe.
Who? All that stuff I done told you. I really look at it now like that was nothing. That's what kept me keep doing it. Because I'm really getting slaps on the wrist. That year in jail.
I mean, it sucks, but
In
It's
the
sucks.
grand scheme of
Yeah.
things, like a year
It's a
versus
good-ass deal.
years in prison.
Right.
Let's go.
And then even it being the workhouse, you know, you got people be like, oh, prison's easier.
but the time is the time.
Yeah.
The time lost is that you get 5 years. Doesn't matter where the fuck you're at. You've lost
It's
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Right.
You only lost a year.
I did. And I was always nervous to go to prison, scared to go to prison, because I feel like as long as I'm in the workhouse, there's a chance I can get out.
You still got a shot.
If I'm in prison, I'm going to be there for a while.
Yeah, you're sentenced. It's a wrap.
You know, so I bunch of slaps on the wrist. As far as I'm concerned, the most pain I even had was probably being away from my children.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the thing that hurt me the most. And but I just won't stop. And the sad part about it is I'm getting bigger. I'm doing more. And you know, I get into some things, you know, nothing's changing. So I end up getting shot. You know, I'm going to Airbnbs. I don't have no place of my own. So I'm just getting Airbnbs all over the city. And I get into it. I got some issues with somebody, you know what I mean, over a bad deal. And this girl sets me up. So my daughter has a track meet. I'll go pick my daughter up, take her to a track meet. Oh, I love you, da-da-da-da-da. Take her back from her track meet. Go back to my Airbnb. And I lay down. I do remember, I looked at the call, and it's this girl. And the girl kind of shady. Well, ain't no kind of shady. She's shady as fuck. And she like, I want 2 ounces.
Okay, red flag.
And she knows where I'm at, which she doesn't know where I'm at. I didn't tell her. So I'm like, man, I'm not fucking with her. Especially me, oh, I'll suck your dick. I'm like, man, that's all I remember. I wake up in the hospital. When I wake up in the hospital, first thing my baby mom showed me is the police report. Man bleeding out, found behind Family Dollar, which is on Main Street, about
Yeah.
way up on Champion, from downtown in downtown to High Tower.
Damn, yeah.
I mean downtown on I'm downtown, but now I'm on bleeding out on Family Dollar from the torso
In the
From
hood.
and I don't know nothing about it. And I'm looking at her, and baby mom shady too. So now and the police come like, and I got a warrant. And the police like, we're not here to arrest you on your warrant. Which to me, I don't hear none of that. Like, I don't know. I'll just get up and leave the hospital. So, but I do pick up my phone and I call the girl, like, man, do you know what happened to me? She's like, you don't remember?
So were you like barred out or something? You're like, how the fuck?
Nah, I heard I jumped out the car doing 60 miles an hour. And the thing is, I do have these visions, vivid memories, like not memories, but like you think it's a dream of contemplating jumping out of a car. It's crazy. I do have that much that I thought of, I remember myself thinking about jumping out of a car. I'm assuming, and it was confirmed to me that that's what I did. So I woke up with 4 staples in my head right here. And so what I feel like is that, and I got shot as I'm jumping out the car.
Where you shot at?
Like right above my
Like your
butt.
pelvic
Yeah,
bone?
right here.
Like grazed you?
Nah, shot. The bullet's still right here.
Damn.
Now. So,
And this is
this is March 23.
of
March of 2023.
okay.
So last year.
So this is so I don't even know what happened to me, but my girl, I don't even go to the doctor. She orders some staple removers from Amazon, and she knows a nurse.
What the fuck?
So she just takes the staples out for you?
Why the fuck did you go to the doctor?
Because you're on the run, man.
That and
I'm like,
that
and it's like you tell a doctor you got shot, like, you know.
I'm paying for it a little bit now because because I can't smell no more. And that happened right after that. And so I went to an ENT, and the ENT said that concussions can cause you to lose something here, and you lose your smell. So I'm working with a smell kit. He told me I can get 30% back, and I'm working with it, and it's getting better. Not.
So you can't really taste either.
Now I can taste though.
Really?
And we just went by the house. We smelled fire last night. I could smell fire. I couldn't smell Jackson Pike when last time I was in there.
Thank
You're
God.
lucky, fuck.
I could smell Kroger bathroom.
Yeah.
Kroger bathroom.
But far as like my cologne, I can't smell that. And but with the smell kit, it's rose, eucalyptus, lemon, and clove. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I could smell them about a 3. But
Well, you could be dead.
definitely could be dead.
And what do you think happened that night? Like, you maybe took the, like, okay, maybe I'll go Sellies. They tried to rob you. You tried to bail. Like, what the fuck have you pieced together?
We went by the spot one time, me and my girl, to this place where it happened, to where the Airbnb I was at. And I don't know, that could just be from knowing. I just got these weird chills there. But from what I pieced together is that I did come outside. I got in the car to make the sale, whatever. I started arguing with the dude. He drove off, pulled a gun, and I jumped out the car.
And he shot you on the way out.
Shot me on the way out. I still have my money on me.
Huh.
And so that part of me doesn't want to know, because I feel like God kind of blessed me, because I can't tell you what it's like for a bullet to hit flesh. I can't tell you.
You don't
what it feels
remember.
like. And I feel like he kind of graced me a little bit that I don't know,
Yeah.
you know?
That's a pretty traumatic
Yeah.
experience right there, right? Yeah.
Maybe sometimes I wonder if that's why I can't remember, you know? If maybe like my brain don't want me to. It's a lot of confusion, but I've considered going to a TBI and working with it and trying to figure it out. I had opportunity to get the Ring camera from the Airbnb, and I chose not to get it. You know, at that particular time, it's like I just didn't want to know. I wanted to just keep doing what I was doing. selling drugs.
So after this is in March of 23. How long have you been sober now?
6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So walk us through from that point up to like how you got to where you're at today, sitting here in front of us and our viewers.
Right after I got shot, everybody pulled away from me. Like, I think people thought it was over for me. Like, I was just going to be nothing. People that owe me money, like, fuck him. You know what I mean? And, but there was one person, my girl, Kelly, she really fucked with me while I was fucked up, couldn't walk, really looking crazy. People telling me I'm crazy, that I wasn't being myself. My baby moms, people stealing from me, man. I lost a lot. And I was trying to battle back up in the only way I knew how, but it wasn't happening for me the way I wanted it. Like, it just wasn't happening the way. I mean, I could still get money, but it just rinse and repeat, you know. I end up driving down, missing my exit, and ended up somewhere and get pulled over by the sheriffs. And I got a gun on me. Person I was with, that was riding with me, I was taking to drop off her and her girl. It's like, give it to me. Well, here you go. She's on my meds. Living a man.
Did she go to prison for it?
She got receiving stolen property.
Damn.
She's never been in trouble. So I go to the power program.
What is that?
It's the Alvis house.
Over on Jackson Pike, right? Mm-hmm.
I thought it was the greatest thing.
It's like a halfway house, like work release
It's
type
like,
program.
I think you have to be on Vivitrol to go on there, too.
Exactly, and I don't do opiates.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I do methamphetamines. Will it work for that? It was like, well, it works for cravings. Well, I'm like, fuck it. I get to have my phone, and it's endless peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Good enough.
And get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sold. Give me the shot in the butt, which was terrible.
Did you ever have one of those?
I did it for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I did
Absolute
for about a year and a
worst.
half. It
It
sucks.
hurts so
I
bad.
have no ass either, so like,
Yeah, it's
I mean,
all
it's just bone, like basically needle into fucking bone.
Oh my
like,
God.
And it's like this sandy, fucking thick.
It's like, it's
Oh.
thick.
It's so
man.
big.
Your ass hurts so fucking
You
bad.
see him like cock back the
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
I don't watch.
What? How much are you putting in there?
And the
And
lady,
to be clear, it just goes into your butt cheek,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like it's just a shot in your ass cheek.
I grabbed that windowsill like.
Yeah, that's all you can do, man. Just
Yeah, it sucks.
pray for it.
It
to be
gets
over.
easier though after the first couple. But
I think it works.
Yeah.
it works
I think
great
it
for me.
works.
I love it. Yeah.
Even for the methamphetamines, because at Power, I put together about 4 months sober for the first time in my life. And life was good. I got a job. Me and my girl having a better relationship. I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. I'm showing up for family, but I don't know how to do it. Because so soon as something happens in my life, I bounce right back to that.
Mm-hmm.
And burnt my life to down. I got 2 days left to finish the power program, and I leave. Well, first I drop dirty. Then they give me another 30 days, and then 2 days before that 30 days is over, I just leave because I'm still getting high. So it didn't take no time. I built myself up, life up, trust up in that 4 or 5 months, and it took me about April, it was end of April, so May, a month and a half to be
Right back.
right back. And it's not like it's not like I was all the way, I was just doing what I do. But relationships are trashed. Kids, girl. So a girl asked me to take her to a hotel where I can, she's trying to find her boyfriend. She's an older lady. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll take you. They got a good breakfast there. I got a beautiful woman. Stay together. I should be in the house in the bed chilling. But instead, I'm up 7 o'clock in the morning, been up all night, taking this girl to look for her boyfriend or whatever. I eat the breakfast and pass out in her hotel room that she has not paid for. And I got more stuff on me, more drugs on me than I had that where I sat in jail for
The first time.
the first time. And I'll get woke up by 3 police officers. Get up. And I got my ID in my pocket too. So when I'm trying to tell them this fake name, and the cop's like,
Bro, come on.
you're Quan Gray.
Come on, bro.
And he's like, wow, that's a big bag. This can't be happening. Because the plan was, since I left power 2 days early, my PO's not going to be too mad. I'll just get in another place real quick.
Right.
And all will be forgiven.
Yeah, nobody will know the
difference. As long
difference.
as I don't catch another case. So I'm going to get some money together real quick, babe. That's what I'm going to do. We'll be straight. Da-da-da. Now I'm in the back of a police car looking at the sky like, she don't even know yet. I don't know what's about to happen. I know one thing, that it's don't pass. They're not about to give
you're
me no
done
more
for.
chances, man. It's a wrap. And I just started, so I was like, I can't breathe. Can you please roll this window down? And he's like, man, the reality of the situation is just hitting you. I said, no, please. Can you roll the window down? I can't breathe. And he said, what if you don't have no drugs? I said, what? He said, what if you don't have any drugs? He said, could you breathe? And I said, yes. He said, I'm a man of my word. You have no drugs. Do you believe in God? I said, yes. He said, get your life together. I'm taking you to jail on your warrant for leaving power. He took me to the workhouse. He stayed there until they was done with me. And he said, I'm a man of my word. And he walked off. And I haven't had nothing but the thought of making good on the promise that I made him, that I'll get my life together. Because what he did for me, what God did for me, what I could not do for myself. I've had some opportunities, but I've never, at that moment, that's the one I needed. That's the opportunity I needed. That's what made me choose the House of Hope, because obviously something wasn't clicking. And that's what really changed it, because now I have a healthy fear of him showing up. I really believe that if I go out and I sell a dime bag,
That
That guy
motherfucker.
gonna pull up. Like, listen,
What'd I say?
You asshole.
What did I say?
you said that he's gonna pull up with all those drugs. That's what you said. And that's what I believe. To the point where life is not perfect for me or nothing like that. Like we trying to find a place to live right now. Like, I mean, we got some really good, due to the connections in the program I'm in, AA and all that, got some really good leads, people that want to help. And the thing is, I haven't thought to resort back to my old behaviors, which is unthinkable for me, because that's what I always do. And if there's any time that I should do it, I would think it would be now. Like, when she's the only one working right now. I start working January 6th at the Carpenters Union. But that's not an option for me no more. It's not an option for me at all. And it sends chills through me every time I think about it, because I remember looking up to the sky that's what makes me think it has to be God, because that's where I was looking at when he said, what if you had no drugs?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've definitely not seen nothing like that for me, and I definitely don't want to be in that situation again. I don't know if it's age, if it's just tired of being tired. I just don't want to chance it. Like, I would rather spend the rest of my life working and living with the results of whatever that brings than to try and go and do something that I know that I've used up my last chance. I maybe somebody else has more deviations, but if I do it, and it's been tested.
I mean, you've tried a lot of
Yeah,
different
you've given
things.
the old college try.
Yeah, like more than the old college try.
I know, to the point now where it's kind of like stuck. I'm stuck because now I can't even get away with sticking my toe over the line a little bit in anything in life. Like, I think I really have, because I'll tell her all the time, like, babe, I'm starting to notice something. Like, whenever I deviate from spiritual principles, something bad happens. Like, when I was at House of Hope, like, I might do something like, I don't know, like, say they got this process where you get concerned for stuff. So say like I was on my phone late or something, and I didn't get caught. The next time, the next day or something else bad happened in my life that has nothing to do with that, but like just things that tie into. Seems like it's always a spiral when I do something
Yeah, you cross that line.
that I know,
Yeah.
because we all got that feeling of what the next best right thing is. And it's like, if I go against it, something bad happens every trip. So now I'm like, okay, I see the guideline for me. I had enough chances. I'm lucky. I didn't think I'll make it to be as old as I am. Since my dad died at 28, I just figured I was going to die at 28. Now I'm 40, almost 47. And my mom told me, she was like, you're nothing like your father. She was like, your father never had a job. She's like, you had worked from 16 to 21, you had worked the same job. So it's like, what about 18, 16, 17, 18? I got worked at the Waffle House for like 5 years. She was like, your dad never had a job. So that's when I realized, like, man, I'm not meant to be him. I got to live my own life. Like, so.
What message would you send to the 18-year-old kid that's in a similar position to the one you were in, maybe sitting in county jail or doing shit he shouldn't be doing right now?
It's funny you say that, because I have an 18-year-old son. He's my stepson. I got with his mom when he was 4 months old. So he calls me dad. I am his dad. He doesn't even call his real dad dad. And he's in JDC right now for allegedly shooting somebody and setting a car on fire. And he's about to get another chance. And this is coming after attempted murder, stabbing a kid. So my whole life now is to show him how to not end up going where he's headed. And the message I would tell him is to don't try to be something you're not. Just be who you are. Do the things that you know are right. Like I told you, everything that I always have a feeling of what's the right thing, or basically at least I know what's the wrong thing.
Right.
So if I know what's wrong, then do the opposite. So that's what I do now. And the message I would give to him is, if you don't know something, ask for help. If you need something, don't be afraid to ask for help. I did not want to ask people for help, so I try to do everything on my own. And now, it's the first thing that I'll do. And that's a process, I think, for some people, because it was for me. But now I've been out for almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're fresh.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about what the future might bring. You know, this right here in itself is, to me, a part of the promises. Like, I've been wanting to do this. You can ask her. I've been wanting to do this, and not even just do this, but learn how to do this. You know, but for me to be here partaking in it today is like the first step. And I could not get it done myself. I bought the equipment, did the things. I could never get it done for myself. So I guess you already know. I think I already asked you, would you help me learn how to do this?
Dude, you're first of all, yes. Secondly, I'm proud of you. Third, your story's fucking insane. I mean, and you speak very well. You have a very good way of telling it. That was awesome. I mean, that was fucking awesome. And
it's kind of like drugs, right? It's like trial and error, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it, you fail, you have success, and you learn from the failures.
Apprenticeship through failure.
Yeah. It's the best way to learn is do it wrong.
that's the truth.
That's how I learn.
I do want to say, though, Doris, to you, man, and I told her about the story, man. Running back into you helps me keep it fresh where we come from. You know what I mean? Because I meet a lot of people out here in these rooms and stuff like that, but I don't know them personally from before.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know me. But you instantly, that first day, like when I told you he showed me his phone, like Miss Macy and the talent show and some of the good things that I've done when I thought everything's been bad. And it's like,
No, there's people from the fat facility asking about you, bro. Like, that's what I tried to get through motherfuckers' heads, is that there are people who care, but, you know,
I'm understanding
a lot of
it
people
now.
don't listen. That's fine. I didn't listen for a long time either.
Yeah, me neither.
Actually, I still don't listen. So, it is what it is.
Your wife, I'm glad.
She'll love to hear that.
Yeah.
She actually, she gave me the CDCA book and let me hold on to it. People were asking for it, and she kept letting me hold on to it the whole time I was at CBCF. And I was reading it, didn't understand everything, and definitely don't know if that's in my future ever. But that's crazy that y'all together now. It's just like, that's
I
a
say
power
that too
couple.
all the time. Shannon is way too good for him.
Way too
Way
fucking
too
good.
Way too good.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Seriously,
Appreciate
thank you so much. That was fantastic. That's it.
That's it?
Good.
All right, I got to pee.
That's it.
So bad.
Man, I appreciate you.
So bad.
Let me get that off my chest. I feel like I just did a fourth step.
Do you have any idea how well you just, like...